859-355-9002. Give us a call if you got a question about your truck or comment in the comments section, and we will be glad to answer them. Welcome to Thursdays with Thoroughbred Diesel. Thursdays with Thoroughbred Diesel, and everybody should be drinking at this point. Not 3 o'clock on Thursday.
Mondays with Maury? What was that book that made you read in high school?
I don't know. I never did Mondays with Maury. I read To Kill a Mockingbird. Did that do any good? Yeah.
Hey, don't readjust the mic after I adjust it.
So here's what we've been doing today. We're doing an Eco Diesel install for a TS Striker. That's going pretty well. Should have results on that. And then install video today. We did a Diesel U this week.
Tomorrow at 11, that'll go
Tomorrow
out.
at 11.
Yeah.
Dylan's still a crying little wuss. Nothing's changed there. I don't think everything else is really going on.
You're that, dude. All right, first question. You ready for it?
Question.
03 Dodge Cummins installing a Fast 150. Once I prime a new pump, how do I bleed my injection pump?
You do not. It's common rail, so it'll pretty well bleed itself. So once you've got fuel to your injection pump, to your CP3, you're good to go, man. Crank the truck till it starts. As long as you weren't already having a long crank problem. If you're already having a long crank problem, more than likely you've probably got something going on high side that the lift pump is not going to correct, but I hope that it does for you. So crank it till the truck starts within reason. If you crank it for 20 seconds and it doesn't stop, let your starter cool down, then go again. Hey! What's the boy's name from Tennessee?
Bubba Bodiford.
Bubba. Can we get him his thing?
I sent it out.
Sweet.
Like I personally went and sent it out, so I know it went out. How can I stop a compressor surge in a 2001 7.3?
The Wicked Wheel, the design of the Wicked Wheel is supposed to, the pitch of the blades and other proprietary things, compressor wheel change the compressor wheel. In fact, you can even go to the compressor wheel that was in the early OBS trucks, and that'll take care of a lot of the surge right there. But compressor wheel change is our suggestion. Wicked Wheel is the product to use for it for sure.
All right, 2012 LML, age-old question.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Fast versus Air Dog.
Either whatever you like.
We're not. Yeah.
Whatever you like. Both products have lifetime warranty. Both of them are super easy to install. Both of them have good filtration systems, so on and so forth. So whatever you like.
It's like Coke or Pepsi.
It's like Coke or Pepsi. We talk a little bit about Air Dog having an external regulator on it, and that lending itself into being able to control your fuel pressure at idle. That's maybe a slight edge to Air Dog there, but still both good product. You can do the same thing with Fast if you want to. You can take the spring out of a Fast and give it a little bit more pressure, or take a little bit away. So both of them really are adjustable. Just depends on how far you want to go adjust. Both good products.
Do you have any recommendation for snow plows on a 2007 Dodge?
Any recommendations for snow plows on 2007 Dodge? Funny you said that, because I think that there are some problems with some of the guys wanting to hang snow plows off the front of 3/4 ton trucks, and I don't know why this is. And I just listened, and the guy that said it to me wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. Can I turn this just a little bit?
Yeah.
Because it's thing. Okay. The guy that said something to me really wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. But I think that if you've got a 3/4 ton truck, especially with the Dodges, the weight of the Cummins engine, there's going to be some snow plows that are going to kind of put you overweight on, for lack of a better word, nose of the truck. I don't know a whole lot about snow plows. That might be something that you run into, so you might want to look for a lighter model. Whatever the front end rating is on the truck is what an installer is going to go by.
2001 Dodge Cummins 5.9, no bus, cranks, but no start. Then starts, drive it, then dies.
No bus, no communication?
I guess.
Okay.
This is really a disconnected sentence. No start, then starts, drive it, then it dies, then I can restart the truck again.
Then drives all day?
I assume drives all day.
What codes do you have? You said no bus. If you're not getting any communication with ECMs, so strike that one from the record. But I think that you are. What is your lift pump pressure? What codes are you getting? What started this? When did this start? Was there anything that lended itself to this that you think maybe could have something to do with it? We just need to know the basic information on VP44 as always to try to help you with.
What do you prefer, the 5.9 or the 6.7?
I like both motors. I like all the Cummins motors, anything line and 6 cylinders in line. 6.7 is a very capable motor. There's no doubt about that. It is a very, very capable motor. So is the 5.9 too. So as far as setup goes,
Easier to
little
work on.
5.9 is a little bit easier to work on. Yeah, that's it. Back to the question on the kid that had no communication there. One thing that you're going to want to check there is you want to check your connector at your VP44. The connectors on that are known to work loose, stretch out, so on and so forth. Make sure those connectors are inside the pinouts well, and that they're good and tight on the connectors in the VP44. That could be your problem as well.
The same person that asked 5.9 or 6 said, also on his 5.9, gets up to 40, 41 PSI when I pass someone. He wants to know if that's too high.
No. As far as turbo drive pressure wise, no, that's fine as long as you got to keep that within reason. That's relative to how much heat that the engine is producing at the same time too. So if your EGTs are within check, that type of boost pressure is okay. Again, 30 psi can blow a head gasket if an idiot's driving it. So just watch yourself. 45 to 50 psi is where normal driver conditions that we're starting to see compromise. They normally expect to have gasket failure in the 5.9 trucks. So
97 5.9 12 valve. All he's done is exhaust and intake so far. What fuel plate recommendations do you have?
I like the DDP plate that's slidable, so you can actually adjust it and find different fine points instead of like doing a 10 plate or so on and so forth, which are adjustable too, but don't have near the adjustability. So check the DDP plate out. I like it. I think that would be the one that will give you the ability to dial the truck in. We also have the Attitude, whatever they're calling themselves now.
It's Attitude Performance. We found out that was a different company that we hadn't heard of.
Yeah,
remember?
Attitude Performance. We have an adjustable thing. It's actually lower price right now. It is in-cab adjustable. Goes on your AFC housing. You can actually choose the different positions of the plate as you're driving down the road. It's kind of like having a chip on the truck, for lack of better words. That was a terrible analogy of that, and I apologize to everybody for it.
What's your recommendation, MV4500 or the MV5600 in the 12 valve?
It doesn't, the 4500 is only as bulletproof as the driver that drives it. At 5600 is a good transmission too. You got to change a lot of things in the 12 valve because you're going to have to do you're have to do changes on the planetary inside of the transfer case. So there's a lot of changes, but it's totally a very doable swap. Very, very doable swap. The 600 is a damn good transmission too. You've got to watch. I'm honestly, I'm sitting here reaching for failures in 5600s, but really there aren't any. I think as long as you get a good sound transmission before you do the swap.
Follow up on the fellow that asked faster air dog earlier. I like this question better actually. Can the fast be mounted inside the frame the way an air dog can?
The fast is actually mounted outside of the frame. They use the cab corner,
and there's no way because where it's not a clamp style, you can't.
You can the nice thing about the fast mounting brackets is they're metal, so you can weld something. But you can weld them anywhere you want to on the frame. You know what I mean? You can put it anywhere your heart desires. That's the nice thing about that. There's a fast edge. You don't get that with air dog on the LML specifically. The guy's got an LMM or LML.
I don't think he.
I think he said it was LMM.
He did say. Let me scroll back up here and I'll say it's LML.
It's an LML. So the air dog on the else is going to go on the paint bracket that's on the inside of the frame rail, which is really nice, kind of hard to mount, but it's doable with a 90-degree drill. So all that aside, you can mount the fast wherever you want to, but it is designed to be mounted on the outside of the frame rail.
Yeah. So I guess the first question, you can't mount it inside the frame rail without modifying.
Without fabrication.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Darren Holder wants to know if you love twin fillet Oscar style at Millennium.
Fucking Oscar style. Oh my God. I'm not a twin fillet guy. I'm a ribeye guy, but we need to go to we ought to go to Malone's. You should buy me Malone's tonight, Jaron, to celebrate you going out of the country in the next couple of days. Here's a. What do you want me to do?
Hey,
What about that?
Is that Dylan?
Yeah, that's Dylan.
Yeah.
Okay. If you work at Thoroughbred Diesel, don't call us. Sorry. But that went well. I thought it went well. But anyway, Jaron, call me. Buy me dinner tonight. Let's go to dinner.
Yeah. All right. Do we have 5-inch exhaust systems in stock for 2012 Cummins?
Most of the time, yes, we do. But always call us for stock. And before you drive up here, call us and say, hey, do you have it in stock at your warehouse? We can totally get you, let you know if you got stock. The reason why that's a point of contention is because a lot of times people will call us and they'll ask us if we got something in stock. We ship from a lot of different warehouses, so that would be the reason why.
In stock means it is ready to ship.
In stock for us.
5 minutes later, once you hang up the phone, doesn't matter
if you're ever calling to see if we've got something in stock. Always make sure that you ask, do you have it in stock there in Winchester? Thoroughbreds, this is Wade. May I help you?
Yes, sir. This is Marcus Miller. I got the 01 Gutter Mag. I took the fuel housing off to put a fuel kit in it.
Turn it up some, Wade.
I noticed the two fuel hoses that come off of it, the inlet and outlet, are dry rotted. Do you have a recommendation do they sell aftermarket ones, or is there?
No, that's a good question, man, and they all do that. Any fuel hose that you want to use in that diameter, I want to say that's half-inch. I don't know why but I think that it takes a half-inch ID hose. I don't know why that's on my mind, but replacing it between the Fickum and then onto the to the fuel junction rail going to the CP3. You use whatever you want to use, man, as long as it's fuel grade. And you can pick up fuel grade hose in any Napa or AutoZone.
Okay, that's the reason I was asking, if it was, different type of hose or fuel hose, because I don't, how it's got that kind of like 90 bend in it.
Yeah.
90-degree bend.
The good thing about that is getting rid of that 90-degree bend, which is where it usually collapses anyway. You can actually just lengthen it out. You can lengthen it out and use a longer length of hose there and kind of curve it back, going back into the injection control module, and just make a nice long sweeping turn in it. If you don't mind, a lot of people think they don't like that because maybe that's too much hose or clutters up their engine compartment or whatever. I think it's a better way to do it myself because it gives you more space to put in a fuel pressure gauge if you need to too.
Okay. And one more question for you. I got, I'm actually stuck in traffic, and when I'm just, if I let off the brake and just let it, idle up to speed, or whatever, and then I'm slowing down a little bit, the transmission seems like it just drops into first gear. It's like I was, get it up to second gear, and then I let out of it, and I'm coming to the top. Sometimes it feels like it drops in the first, you shouldn't really feel. I don't know how to really explain that without making sense.
No, I think I'm understanding what you're saying there. You think that it's going into first gear a little bit quicker than it probably should.
Yeah.
I'd like to know if that's a commanded shift. That would be something that you would want to monitor if you've got EFI Live. Do you have EFI Live?
Yes, sir, I do.
If you've got EFI Live, you would want to take a log of that and see if that's a commanded shift, if that's happening at a commanded time. If it is, then you could be in your trans tuning. If it's not happening at a commanded time, something that the TCM is not commanding itself, then there could be an issue in the valve body there.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your time.
Hey, no problem, man. Let us know if there's anything we can do for you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. We're going to leave the phone off for a few minutes and get caught up on Facebook questions for just a second.
To follow up with the in-stock question, if we tell you something is in stock,
Yes.
that means at the time we are talking to you.
Yep.
That doesn't mean you can come 2 days later and still expect it to be in stock.
Yeah, well, yeah, just like Adam's saying, there are two different points to that. Yes, at that time, if you ask us if it's in stock, it's at Winchester. At that very minute, it'll be in. We'll tell you whether it is or whether it's not. But like Adam said, you can't wait 3 days and come, and then you also can't come just say, "Hey, do you have it in stock?" and say yes, because you have to be specific. Do you have it there at your place in Winchester?
Yeah, because we have multiple locations.
Yeah, because we have multiple locations.
All right, looking to do an EGR delete and get a tuner on an 04 LLY. What do you recommend me getting?
Always in that case, you're going to be doing EFI Live. Whatever tuner that you pick is probably going to be a good one. We carry GDP here and Duramax tuner as well. Duramax tuner is awesome tuning. GDP is good tuning too. Other companies carry a lot more EFI Live tuners. There's a lot of good ones out there. Milliken, I don't know why in the world I can't think of Corey's name. I'm sorry, Willis. I'm sorry, Chad. Sorry, buddy. But anyway, that's good. Any of those guys are going to get you a great product, whatever you choose there. EGR delete. There's so many out there. The one we carry Sinister. Sinister makes a great EGR delete. Good product. Never had a return on it.
I think that's the only one we carry for the LOIs.
Yeah, I think GDP's got one too. I'm pretty sure.
Duramax? I didn't think.
I think yeah. I'm pretty sure they do.
Why don't you look that up and we'll roll on to the next question.
Barry's gonna be mad at me. You didn't know I had LOI?
I didn't know you had LOI. You might.
I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah. GDP's got it too.
Cool deal.
Hell, if I know who that was calling.
That was you calling out. That was one of the chuckleheads up front switched over your phone. And I'm going to punch one of them in the head if they don't quit that nonsense. All right. 2005 Common Rail, 100 horsepower industrial injection. 250,000 hazes constantly. It's more noticeable at night with cars behind me. Is it normal?
What size injector?
100 horsepower industrial injection. That's
a big injector.
Is that nozzles or?
Could be either. That's a big injector. First question I would have is make sure that you're not having a hard start of any kind. Make sure that it's not consuming oil. That's a very valid question, especially in a 5.9 Common Rail. Make sure that the truck is not going through oil. I would like to see the haze too, but several miles on the nozzles, the injectors, or the nozzles on the injectors, several miles on them, it could be a wear issue that you're starting to have. So that would be something also that you could get in touch with Industrial. They would be glad to quote you out having them tested. While you've got the injectors out, you could run a compression test on the motor, kill two birds with one stone. Yeah. Where's Bubba at today?
He doesn't be on here today. I don't know if you're going to have an answer for this one, but I'll ask it anyway, because if you do, I'm going to be astounded by it. 2017 Power Stroke. Radio cuts off every once in a while. Sometimes will crank but won't start. No codes. When I let off the gas, it makes a clicking noise. Coolant and oil temps will not stay at operating temp when going down a mountain. Drops to 150, then rises to 200 when it flattens out.
What in the hell do you have going on with that 2017 truck?
That's wild.
That's crazy. That's a total wiring issue somewhere. That is a 100% wiring issue somewhere. My guess is probably at the main wiring connector that connects the inside of the truck to the outside of the truck. That's a terrible description of that too. But the bell trip connector that you've got that puts the inside to the outside going to the engine, I guarantee you there's a pinch point in there somewhere. One of the 5-volt references has lost its effing mind. It's going to continue to have you problems. That truck needs to go back to the dealership for sure. For sure. 5-volt reference problems suck.
You're nuts.
No, Hunter Mangs just sent me a photo. I hope it's not of his pecker. It's not.
What's some must-do upgrades on a 6.4 besides deletes?
Complete valve train upgrade. Just being honest. I hate the valve train on 6.4. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Anybody's ever worked on one, they hate it. They hate it. They hate it too. It drives them crazy. To be honest with you, I do not know exactly what the valve train upgrade is. I've read a little bit on one. I can't remember the company that makes it, but whatever you do to get rid of those damn plastic keepers out of that thing, absolutely get rid of that piece of junk. Crap. And if the engineer that designed that is watching this right now, he really needs to be tarred and feathered. It's tarred and feathered too far back.
No, I'm good with tarred and feathered.
That's,
as long as you don't isolate any one group of people.
Well, I said peckers a minute ago, and I shouldn't have said peckers. And I've said fags today. It's not going well. This would be a good time for Anthony Reeves to call. Anthony, call me,
you got your phone off.
Oh,
it's
shit.
about time to turn it on.
Yeah.
All right, 04 short bed 5.9, installing a fast 220 and sump this weekend. Heard might need to pull the bed, but even with a sump? Question mark.
No need to pull the bed with a sump for sure. No. No way. I think you can do it totally with the bed on the truck. Yeah, if there's any access that you're needing, if maybe somebody's told you to pull the bed to give you access to the two connectors at the top of the fuel sending unit, I doubt it, but maybe. I don't know. I don't know why you even need to be up there for that anyway, because you're still going to have your feed's going to come for the 220. It's going to return back to the filler neck. You don't need to pull the bed, man. Rock right on with it. Punch a hole in the bottom of the tank. But try to get a little bit of fuel out of it.
You're on a different...
Well, I'm thinking about having to get out there in that shop and pull that install off in an hour. I mean, I've literally got to get that done in an hour.
What time is it?
It's 3:41.
All right, we'll cut her short today then. Lip pump pressure is 17 psi. It's a Raptor 150. Only thing I've done is put an ATS intake manifold, and it started a water pump leak. Just started randomly yesterday. It's a really disconnected question, man.
Sometimes that crap happens. Sometimes you put lift pumps on and you get water pump leaks. Number one, a water pump on a 5.9 is a totally high failure rate item. So the fact that it happened on the same time that you did your lift pump or whatever it is that you did, that doesn't surprise me a bit, man. So I don't think, just do the due diligence to look over your engine, make sure that there's not something else that's leaking. I don't know what in the hell it could be, but just backtrack all your steps, man, and make sure that you didn't do. Don't sweat it, man. It sounds like your luck's like mine. Yeah, luck of the Irish.
Hang on, I think I got a follow-up question. Follow up on the 100 horsepower injectors from earlier.
Hazers.
Starts great. Doesn't burn any oil. 5,000 between oil changes, and yes, it's 100 horsepower nozzles.
Yeah, 100 horsepower nozzles. Done it since day one, so he said, didn't he?
I don't think that. No, that's why I was wondering if it was nozzles or not.
I think you might be running into a wear issue on the nozzles. You'll want to go ahead and pull them, man. Go ahead and pull them if you got some downtime with your truck. Send them off. Call Industrial, get an RMA number for them. Send them up. Have them quoted out to have them tested for you. Well, you've got them out, do a compression test on your truck, and answer all your questions in one shot.
I know which answer's going to be this one, but good lift pump for an 0124 valve.
Good lift pump from 0124 valve. Air Dog or Fast or Air Dog. We carry, Fuel Lab. Fuel Lab's a good pump.
Why don't you talk about the different style of pumps? Maybe why you would go for a Raptor versus an Air Dog Original or something like that.
I think in the 24 valve in a 98 to 02 truck, it's totally going to be price point. I think a lot of people shy away from doing upgraded lift pumps at the time because, maybe they don't have the funds to be able to do it. You got to remember, extra filtration is always a good thing, but on the 98 to 02 trucks, it's not quite as critical as it is on the common rail trucks. My wife's calling me. There's the wife. It's not as critical as it is on common rail trucks. So you can totally just get away with doing just a lift pump. Both Air Dog and Fast, they make an adjustable pump that is a good quality pump, lifetime, mounts down on the frame rail, goes to your stock fuel filter housing. Really good product. You're going to like it. That's going to save you a couple $100. You can always go that route if you can't come up with the funds on things. So thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, we've got that in all the offerings, actually. Yeah. So.
All right, let's wrap it up. We don't really have any more that's on here. Nobody's calling in, so you got install videos. So
Yeah.
we'll have a Diesel U coming out tomorrow. I'd say a Striker install video coming out next week. Me and Wade usually work really hard these first couple of months of the year to knock out a bunch of videos before we get too busy. So you want to just give a blanket apology for anybody you offended today?
I want to apologize. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, man.
ahead.
I want to apologize to everybody that I've offended today because I am incapable of having a conversation in a classy manner and not at some point offending a group of people that I shouldn't because I sometimes slip into a funk of classlessness.
Yeah, he still likes you though.
But I love everybody. I do. I love absolutely everybody except for thieves. I don't like thieves. And y'all need more Jesus in your life. So,
all right, guys. If you have more questions, message the page. We'll get them answered. We try to get them answered within an hour. So hit us up. Tell them bye, Wade.
bye, Wade.